I'm Jesse Griffin. Today I'm going to be talking about Alan Parker's 2003 film, The Life of David Gale. The Life of David Gale is a film about two college professors who are well-known advocates against the death penalty who go to extreme measures to prove the faultiness of capital punishment. In the film, one of the professors, Constance, appears to be murdered, with all signs pointing to her colleague, David Gale. The film shows how Constance, who was diagnosed with terminal cancer, plots with Gale to stage her suicide as murder and films it, only to be released after Gale is put to death for her murder. The Life of David Gale gives us a visual of how an innocent person can be tried, convicted, and put to death for something they were innocent of, and in response, how the death penalty should be abolished because of this. In this first scene, you see here, Gale takes one of the governor of Texas in a televised debate about the death penalty. Take a look how it goes.
All right, 10 seconds. Okay, please. I'm in that. Yep. 5, 4. Welcome back to Batter's Box. We continue our very special 4-part program with Governor Hardin, and arguing capital punishment with him is Death Watch Regional Co-Director Professor David Gale. You are up, Governor.
Well, you know, Alan, I always say the same thing, and I'm going to keep on saying it. I hate killing, and my administration will kill to stop it.
How about it?
Well, Governor, murderers are not deterred by the thought of execution. They're just not, and you know it. Every single study that's been done on this subject, and there's been over 200 of them, and you've read them, Governor, has reached the same conclusion. They all say the same thing.
Well, maybe you should read your Bible. Deuteronomy 19:21, eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth.
What did Gandhi say about that? The old law of an eye for an eye leaves us all blind.
Well, I'm sorry, and with respect, that's fuzzy liberal thinking, Dave.
You really believe that, Governor?
Of course.
Well, that's interesting, because you said that yourself in a speech in your first campaign.
He got you there, Governor. How about it, huh?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Well, if you're not a liberal at 30, you've got no heart. And if you're still a liberal at 40, you've got no brain.
I see.
That's Winston Churchill.
Touche.
So what you're essentially saying, and what you feel is, and this is to choose another quote, that a healthy society must stop at nothing to cleanse itself of evil.
Yes, I'd have to agree. Did I say that too?
Oh, no, sir, that was Hitler.
Ooh.
Oh, now, Governor, can't we all just admit that the capital punishment system in this country is not working? We are condemning people to death based on phony expert testimony, on junk science, on jailhouse snitches. Alan, did you know that Texas has the highest per capita incarceration rate in the world, including in China? 43 people, Governor, that you executed were represented by lawyers or one time were disbarred or sanctioned. There are 2 men on death row right now on this day whose lawyers fell asleep during their cross-examination.
I'm not a lawyer.
Texas Court of
I'm
Criminal
not a
Appeals
lawyer.
ruled that was not the basis for a retrial. Now, Governor, that's just a flawed, insane, crazy system, and a flawed system will kill innocent men.
Okay, all right. Let him answer.
All right, Mr. Gale, we'll play your game. Name one. Name one innocent man that Texas has put to death during my tenure. Of the 100 or so executions.
That's 131, Governor, in case
Whatever.
you lost count.
Let him finish.
Fine, thank you. Whatever. Just give me a name. I'm going to write it down. A man that you can prove was innocent. And I'll call a moratorium.
Mr. Gale.
I'll wait through here, Alan.
You know what? We're running out of time.
As you saw at the end of this debate scene, the governor asked Gale to give him the name of one person who had been executed that was innocent of their crimes. He asked Gale this question because he knows he could not answer it. If evidence cleared them, they were exonerated and had escaped death. And those that didn't have evidence to prove their innocence was dead. The almost dead don't count, so there is no number that we can accurately know of people who are innocent and executed under the death penalty. This is just a really powerful scene, all in all. One thing being Kevin Spacey is an awesome actor. I don't care about what he did, in his personal life. He's still a great actor, and that's always going to be true. But just him being able to throw that Hitler quote is particularly funny to me. I wish I could do something like that, but during an argument. But I'm not cool like that. Moving on. In this next clip, you see how Constance really died instead of how it was perceived that she died. Pretty sick stuff. By showing how easy it was for her to stage a murder scene, it educated the audience on the errors in the judicial system and how an innocent person could be framed and put to death for something that they did not do. She used this form of euthanasia to show the world that an innocent person can be convinced and executed for a crime that they did not commit. David Gale died an innocent man. The life of David Gale brought a human side to the debate on the death penalty and how innocent people can be executed. The film showed how circumstances can appear one way, including DNA evidence, but are not necessarily an absolute indicator of guilt.